Hey music friends, this is Davi Vasc. I'm a music composer for games, and today we're listening to more Final Fantasy VII Rebirth music, and this one is called Gongaga Theme. I mean, I've never played the Final Fantasy VII remakes, any of them, but I played the original Final Fantasy, and just by the name, I really don't recognize this track, but maybe I'm just forgetful. Let's go! Okay. I mean, right away, just from the name and from the sound of this. Oh, wow. Probably like a wilderness kind of area, right? I love this instrument, by the way. Do you know what instrument this is? Very cool track. Listen to the percussion. Sounds very jungly. Children. Yeah, this sounds not only jungly, but I feel like they're trying to give this an African vibe. Am I just forgetful? I don't remember this at all from the original game. But then again, I played the original game, I don't know, 15 years ago. So maybe I'm just forgetting. Is this like a new track exclusive to the remake? Yeah, but look, why do I think this is a... Why do I think this feels like African slash jungly? First of all, can you hear the percussion on the background? There's some instrument that I believe to be a marimba. Do you know what a marimba is? Is like this wooden panel of like little wood pieces, and you hit the wood with these mallets, and it does this sound. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. I don't even know actually if it's an African instrument. Is it an African instrument? Is marimba an African instrument? Yes! The marimba is an African instrument. Wow, I actually didn't know. I mean, I knew marimba is often used in these depictions of jungle. I mean, I guess now I know why. I thought it was just because of the primitive aspect of the instrument, right? It's literally a piece of wood that you hit with another piece of wood. So it doesn't get more primal than that. I thought it was because of that people usually use it for jungles and stuff. But well, turns out it's actually African. And aside from that, listen to this wind instrument doing the melody. Very cool instrument. I really like this instrument. This instrument is called the argol. It's an Egyptian instrument, if I'm not mistaken. And Egyptian doesn't immediately make you think of jungle, but I feel like the argol is usually used in these kinds of scenarios to give you a sense of something ancient. The argol is literally one of the oldest instruments we know of. It gives you almost like a mystical sense of something ancient, right? Something that is primal and prehistoric, right? Like these forces of nature, like a jungle. Very pleasant. I mean, if I had to guess what kind of gameplay scenario this is, it sounds like just an exploration area, right? A place that you're going through. Okay, percussion, lots of percussion. African music is really, that's a strong characteristic of African music, a lot of percussion. Right? There's some synths as well. Hold up, I have to show you guys this harmony. This is such a feel-good kind of track. such a, like, there's barely any tension, any danger here at all. And we're used to, especially in this channel, the kinds of tracks that we check out from Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and Remake are usually those crazy boss themes, right? Super exciting, super high energy. Really refreshing to hear something like this. There's no stakes, no urgency, no tension. Let me show you this. Guys, check out how happy these chords are. Did you see these two chords? These are the two main chords, right? Other happy chord again. He does some sad chords every now and then. Other happy chord again. But the two main chords of this harmony are these two, right? Happy chord and other happy chord. And this is such an interesting sequence of chords to give you that sensation of positivity, happiness, but there's almost kind of a primitive feel to it, isn't there? And I don't think it's just the instrumentation, right? The marimba, all the African instruments. What's interesting about this is that these two chords are actually two of the most primitive chords. What do I mean by that? This is tied into something that's kind of complex, and I'm not gonna get too much into it in this video, called the harmonic series. You know what the harmonic series is? Harmonic series is basically what separates noise from a musical note. So have you ever thought, what's the difference between this, right, a noise, and this? What makes this sound like noise and this sound like a note? The answer is the harmonic series. Harmonic series is a sequence of sounds, a sequence of frequencies, specific frequencies, that when they are lined up perfectly, it creates the sound of a musical note. When you hear this as simple noise, it means that the frequencies are all over the place. They're not organized. When the frequencies are specifically organized, you get the sound of a musical note. So what I mean by multiple frequencies being organized, it means that when you hear a musical note, a single musical note, there are multiple sounds playing at the same time there, but your ear perceives this as a single sound, as a single note. And the harmonic series is basically the basis for all the other discoveries that were going to be made in terms of harmony. What constitutes a consonance, a dissonance, is all in there in the harmonic series. In nature, you can hear this in a bird's singing, for example. So this chord, the first happy chord, is the most basic chord, the most primitive chord that we have. It's the tonic chord, right? It's the first in the harmonic series. The other one, the other happy chord, is one of the first other notes, one of the first other chords to appear in the harmonic series. Is the fourth interval, right? And that's why I feel like this has such a sense of a primitive element to it. And this harmonic series stuff is very interesting. Like, if you have a good ear and if you want to make the experiment by yourself, it's particularly evident in lower notes, in lower pitched notes. If you listen closely to a note like this, you can hear other notes, other higher notes within that note. You can tell apart the harmonics. We call that harmonics, the different harmonics that constitute that musical note. So you can hear, for example, the fifth interval is one of the first, right? You can hear this note on this note. Every note that you play, there's actually multiple notes playing there at the same time. It's called the harmonic series. Look it up, it's very interesting. Let's go back to the video because I'm getting way too much involved in this. But do you see what I mean? That's why it has that sensation of something primitive. These are primitive chords that are very, very early on in the harmonic series. Some of the first chords, some of the first notes to be discovered. The first, like, harmonic relations to be discovered. Yeah, and they just keep holding this happy chord, this feel-good chord. Such a feel-good kind of chord. There's no room for for even the least amount of tension is just, you're just going through the jungle. I feel like I've never seen this, but now I'm curious to see what's happening on the gameplay here. I bet it's just a super pleasant part of the game. Hey, I have other videos just like this one on other Final Fantasy music, and more specifically on other Final Fantasy VII Remake music. I have a playlist over here with all the videos I've done on the music of Final Fantasy VII Remake, and over here a playlist with all the videos I've done on the music of Final Fantasy in general. So check these out, and remember, whenever you're ready to spread your wings and go on a music journey again, I'll see you there.